Canada isn't just preparing for the World Cup. It's reconstructing parts of itself to meet it. Stadiums expanded, transit pushed to the limit. Canada's two host cities, Toronto and Vancouver, are racing to be World Cup ready. From mega projects and funding battles to culture, tourism, and controversy, this is a behind-the-scenes story of urgency, ambition, and national reinvention. Let's break it down, starting with the city that's always in the middle of the action. Toronto is Canada's biggest city, and when the World Cup hits, it'll also be one of its busiest. The city is hosting 6 matches, including Canada's first ever Men's World Cup game on home soil. And to pull that off, Toronto is giving itself a high-stakes, high-speed urban facelift. The center of it all, BMO Field, renamed Toronto Stadium for the tournament. This lakeside venue is undergoing a $146 million expansion. Crews are adding 17,000 temporary seats, building new upper decks, installing massive LED scoreboards, and overhauling every inch of infrastructure. The goal: turn a local soccer stadium into a 45,000-seat FIFA-grade coliseum. And do it all before March 2026. Inside, think world-class, new sound system, high-speed Wi-Fi, VIP lounges, team facilities rebuilt from scratch. AI-powered kiosks so fans can grab snacks without missing a goal. And this isn't just a pop-up fix. After the Cup, much of the upgrade sticks around, including a 1,000-person rooftop patio for fans, new kitchens, suites, and tech systems to serve the city long after the final whistle. And that's just the stadium. The city is turning Fort York and the Bentway into the official FIFA Fan Festival site. 17 acres of match screenings, concerts, food trucks, and celebrations. Think World Cup meets Coachella beneath an urban expressway. And Toronto's not stopping there. A new community celebration fund is bankrolling dozens of neighborhood festivals, bringing World Cup energy to every corner of the city. Now, here's where the mega project muscles flex. Toronto's World Cup isn't just about stadiums. It's triggering a wave of long overdue transit projects. The long-delayed Eglinton Crosstown LRT is racing to open. The new Finch West LRT is prepping for launch. And GO Transit will run extra trains to the stadium. Even streetcars are getting new stops and dedicated shuttles for the event. A special World Cup Transit Pass is in the works, letting visitors zip around without confusion. Security? It's going full fortress. Plans call for a ring of fencing around Exhibition Place, metal detectors, and 0 on-site parking. Fans will move via transit, foot, or shuttle, part of a mobility choreography involving every level of government. Meanwhile, Toronto's building a brand new training facility at Centennial Park, a FIFA-grade grass pitch, modern clubhouse, and year-round usability with a winter bubble dome. After the Cup, it becomes a legacy training center for youth soccer. So who's paying? Toronto's hosting budget is a whopping $380 million. Federal government, $104 million. Ontario, $97 million. City of Toronto, $179 million, plus creative financing. To close gaps, the cities raised hotel taxes and even struck a deal to share revenue from ticket sales, sponsorships, and VIP packages, a rare move with FIFA. The payoff? Around $520 million added to GDP, 300,000 plus tourists, and a projected $240 million tourism boom. City boosters call it a once-in-a-generation boost. But critics aren't so sure. City Councilor Josh Matlow warns of a financial hangover, arguing the city might sacrifice core services for stadium selfies. And here's the truth. Toronto will pay a big chunk of the costs, but it's the province and feds who collect most of the tourism tax windfall. Is it worth it? That depends on what happens after the party ends. Next host is Vancouver. This Pacific powerhouse is hosting 7 World Cup matches, including a round of 16 clash and 2 Canada appearances. Like Toronto, Vancouver's going big, but with a distinctly West Coast vibe. At the heart of Vancouver's plan is BC Place, a 54,000-seat stadium with a retractable roof and Olympic history. but it's getting a serious glow-up. VIP lounges, media suites, teen locker rooms, and all-new FIFA-quality natural grass pitch. No small feat for a stadium built for turf. And a direct sky bridge linked to the Park Hotel and Casino next door? That's peak hospitality play. Outside the stadium, Hastings Park will host Vancouver's Fan Festival. Carnival rides, food stalls, giant screens, and concerts in a fairground-turned-fan zone. The whole region's joining in. Local festivals, art shows, and tourism packages, pairing matches with mountain hikes, whale watching, and indigenous experiences. Vancouver's not building a new stadium, but it is building legacy. The new Broadway SkyTrain extension will debut just before the Cup. Training grounds at UBC's Point Grey campus and Killarney Park are being upgraded with world-class turf and lighting. On match days, a 2-kilometer security perimeter will lock down BC Place. Fans will use SkyTrain, walk, or bike. Even the US border is prepping for a tourism surge from Seattle fans crossing over. And here's what makes Vancouver special. Local First Nations are co-hosts. The Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations are shaping ceremonies and sharing culture with global visitors. It's a moment of pride and reconciliation. The price tag? Estimated between $500 million to $600+ million. To pay for it, BC added a 3% hotel tax, shifted tourism budgets, and is lobbying for federal support, likely in the $100 million range. Hotels are expected to sell out. Airbnb wants looser rules. Vancouver will be bursting with visitors and opportunity. Projected gains? Over $1 billion in visitor spending between 2026 and 2031. An estimated $980 million added to BC's GDP and 18,000 plus jobs supported. But skeptics are vocal. Economist Moshe Lander calls it a civic ego project, warning the city will lose money and miss better opportunities like housing or transit expansion. Still, BC officials insist the investments have long-term value. From stadium upgrades to workforce training, the goal is more than a month-long spectacle. As 2026 approaches, Canada's World Cup cities are racing to deliver. Billions are being spent. Toronto's transforming into a high-tech football city. Vancouver's blending beauty, culture, and stadium spectacle. The final whistle hasn't blown yet, but one thing's certain. Canada's World Cup transformation is absolutely insane, and the world will be watching every minute. Subscribe to Structures Unchained, and keep watching as cities across the globe race to meet their moment.